Real quick, this episode was more about relationship build up, and I really liked it how it focused on this relationship build up of Hirotaka. And I'm really liking how they're developing Hirotaka's character just in general because, again, when you see at other shows in general, main focus normally goes around how the romance goes through, how these romantic build-ups go through. But rather than build up on the romantic build up, we're seeing character build up, like a character development, like a change in character. And I really love what they do with this show. Just like general, I really love it just to see how well his character got a damn good development, a very good development in this episode. And I'll low-key say I really love the show as how it is. Just because of the simple fact that it's not cliched like any normal show, and second, it follows the romance category, but at the same time, it also keeps the comedic elements and a bit dark humor or a bit just comedy in general. Like it still keeps it, and also it's more or less something of a daily life of otaku, and it's really cool. It's really cool to see this kind of cool background check on each character and everything, like the development in each character, and it's really cool. Now, speaking about this episode, it was a park-based episode, a amusement park episode, and I really, really, really liked how this episode, just in general, was carried out. Especially the scene at the roller coaster ride was just amazing. Like, oh my, oh, oh, I really loved it. Now, speaking about what I was speaking of roller coaster, the coaster, even though it was comedic, it it still managed to grasp the situation and make a character develop. And I really like it, like how they kept it comedic at the same time they develop Hirotaka's character. Narumi, we have already seen Narumi's character. Uh, Narumi's character is really, really like we've seen this is a start how her characterization was made, and we've seen Hirotaka's character. But at the same time, when we've seen Hirotaka's character, his character was very bad blonde. All we knew about him was he's otaku and he is pretty good at games, and pretty much he had a crush on Narumi. That's the only things we knew about Hirotaka at the start of the series. But now we come to know more about how Hirotaka is feeling, how he's grasp into the real life world. How Koyanagi said at the end, he's becoming more and more human, and it's really really cool to see that how he's becoming more human every episode. Like he's not being uh, uh, I would say he's not being like a completely somebody who's just lonely all the time. His like his brother said, he was expecting Hirotaka to be somebody, something like a lonely person, and that's what Hirotaka isn't doing. He's being now he's got Narumi. He's kind of developing himself to be a better character, a better person, a human person. I would say a human person, and it's just good to see that just in general. And I really like the concept, like on this date, how there's like every otaku time, every time you mention an otaku thing, you gotta get filed, you gotta get fined, and it's so cool to see. I also like how they reference a lot of things in in this episode. For example, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Pokemon, and then there was Dynasty Warrior Muso Attack. If anybody has played Dynasty Warriors, it's a cool game. I recommend you guys play Dynasty Warriors. I don't know why you haven't played it yet, but if it's not your taste, I'll understand. But if something like you like it, something like a huge battleground, people, you gotta play it. It's a pretty good game. You guys need to play it. Anyways, continuing with what I was saying. Yeah, so we saw a lot of development in Hirotaka's character. Even at the end, how Hirotaka just like in the end, how Hirotaka is just like asking Narumi like, "Do you love me? And like, do you like me? Do you like spending time with me?" It's just in general, Hirotaka is showing concerns in a way. Like this man is now from being a kudere. He's just he's he's cool. He's just cool. uh, I would say that's just how I would describe him now. Like his character development is pretty damn cool, and I like it about the show. And I also like they don't throw away the side characters like Kabakura and Koyanagi. I remember Kabakura and Koyanagi, even though they are in the intro, they're still the side characters. They aren't the main characters. Still, they get in the development they deserve. They actually are getting the development that you deserve when you're, and this is what it's about when you're working with very few characters. Like if you're working with a huge cost, for example, a huge cost like Dragon Ball or something like Naruto, Bleach, all these series work on huge costs, but there's always gonna be problems when you're working with a huge cost. The reason I say there's gonna be problems when you're working with a huge cost is because whenever there's a huge cost, you can't expect every character to get a development. Like every side character can get a development. You can't expect that. But when you're working with a small cost, like this series, and I've seen many other series which have pretty small costs, but they do a great job developing a small cost. So I see that these characters get the development. They actually feel relevant, and looking at the like shows like this, or any shows considering like this, like a small cut. Now I'm not talking about like romantic shows, alright, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about character development in general when it comes to animes, just in general. I'm not talking about rom-coms, I'm not talking about romantic. I know this is rom-com and it'll have few characters and everything, but still I'm talking about why this show is one of my favorite shows. Definitely it's one of my top 5 shows, just because of the simple reason that it actually gives character development to all the characters that I introduced. Like even the brother got the character development. Oh, I forgot about him completely. But yeah, still, even the brother got character development. She's quite good. Just like I like how they do this with with shows like this, Wotaku. They just they are just amazing to do this, I would say. And I would say this episode just in general was amazing for the simple reason, and it was probably my favorite episode. And most people would say this episode didn't have that many moments to make it your favorite episode. Still, I just love the character development. I love the storyboard. I love everything in this episode, even the references. Really cool, really cool. And that's how I'll end this review with that. Let me know what you think about this episode of Wotakoi, and I'll see you next video. As always, peace.